Hey, how you guys doing? This is your man A8 coming with another video. This is the best Harbor Freight items under $10 for DIY auto mechanics. Please watch the video all the way through. Please subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. If you watch this video, please subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I don't see the purpose. But please subscribe so you guys can get continual updates and more video notices. Let's get into the video. The first item at Harbor Freight that's a really good item that I use a lot is these wobble socket extensions. The Pittsburgh brand. You have various sizes and lengths, and which gives you the ability to maneuver into small spaces and actually reach things that are further away. Like sometimes there's transmission bolts that will be so far away that you have to get behind the wheel well, but the bolt may be a good 16, 18 inches away. So these help a lot. And the fact that they are wobble means that you get some flex in the joint so that you can maneuver around certain parts of the car that may be in your way. So these are a great item from Harbor Freight for under $10. The next good item from Harbor Freight for under $10 is this 9-piece fully polished SAE combo wrench set. You can actually get these also in the metric set. And they come in all the usual sizes, so you'll be able to use them for pretty much anything on the car, except for suspension, not suspension parts, but yeah, suspension parts such as A-frames and things that require more strength. But for the basics, you'll be able to use these for that. And then these always come in handy because if not used as a wrench, they can be used in combination with another wrench for leverage when you need to get leverage on and to loosen bolts. The fact that they're highly polished, you're always going to notice them. So this is a good thing to have around. These wrenches, you can never have enough wrenches. It seems like sometimes I'm losing my wrenches a lot, especially certain sizes because you use them often. So this is a cheap set for if you lose a couple of them, this is a cheap way to replace them. The next item is this solid rubber wheel chock. It's a Hallmaster is the brand. These are actually very good for putting under the vehicle when you're doing things like oil changes and anything where you're jacking up the vehicle on pavement or on any surface that is not level. You want to keep the vehicle from moving. So I use these all the time for different reasons. It's always good to have all the safety measures you can in place. Now these hex drill socket drivers, this 3-piece set, I have several sets of these, and I keep them in just about every place that I have my tools, in the garage, in the house, wherever I'm working on a car. If I have toolboxes, I have these in many places. And the reason for that is that they always come in handy when you're using your impact wrench, especially for smaller jobs where you want to move quickly but not use so much force. These are great for using with impacts to speed up the removal of bolts and things under the hood, mainly under the hood, and bolts behind the dash or in the dash. So these are awesome. I have several of these all over the place, just so I always have them, because once they get down into a toolbox full of tools, you seem to not be able to find them quickly. So I keep them in different places so that I always have a place to reference back to where I have them at. Next good thing, these are very good from Harbor Freight. The price says $12.99, but there's usually a coupon for $8.99 for these. You can almost always get a coupon for these, even with the 20% off. and may knock it down to close to $10, but usually there's a coupon for $10. So that's why I included this. And this is a 50 pack. These things are so thin, but you would be amazed. You would think that these things were made out of some kind of super absorbent material, like shopped, like like paper towels or something. The way that they soak up oil and spills, like these things are amazing. Like it's amazing that these very thin towels clean up oil and things, liquids, the way that they do. But they actually work, and I keep these around. These are my go-to if anything spills. I go to these over paper towels because they do such a great job at cleaning up. And then they can be washed and reused. That's the great thing about it. So when you buy these will last a long time unless you just the type of person that uses them and tosses them. But I usually keep them, and when I wash them, I'll just get a bucket of degreaser and water and then drop these in there and then throw some gloves on and just, give them a few squeezes to get them clean. But yeah, that's another item under $10 that's awesome to have for the DIY auto mechanic. Next up is these Quantum 310 lumen headlamp. This is a great item. When you're under the hood of a car and you're trying to look for something, you sometimes when you have the flashlight, you point it there, but your eyes can't see in those nooks and crevices, and so you're holding the flashlight. But when you have this on your head, it's like where you turn your head is where the light goes, so it's almost like direct into the vision of where you're trying to look at. And when you're under a car, a lot of times under the vehicle, you don't have, if you're trying to wrench something, to tighten, loosen anything, you don't have the time to have a flashlight in one hand and try to get leverage with the other hand. So this allows you to have hands-free light directed directly at the source. So I'm always using these anytime I'm under the car, and even when I'm under the hood, if I use a flashlight, these are always on my head so that I can, have if for any reason I need to put the flashlight down or the shop light, then I have something where I can have light without having to hold anything. This is another good item, guys. This is the microfiber cleaning cloths, 12 by 12. Then this is a 4-pack. These are usually about $2. You can get them for with the coupon. I use these a lot when cleaning the car, and actually, once you wash the car, it uses one to dry, and then I use another one with the ice, the liquid ice polish. I use that on my vehicles, and these work awesome to put that on and to wipe that off. And being 12 by 12, it gives you a nice amount of area to work with. The next thing is this dual temperature 1500 watt heat gun. I use this a ton as well. Well, I use this for a lot of times is adhesives that need to be removed, like the stripping around windshields and decals and bumper stickers that are on the vehicle that get in the way when you're trying to clean or paint a vehicle. And also the side trims on the doors. I use this for that, to loosen that up. And then, if you have something that is wet that you need to dry really quickly or speed up the drying, this is what I use this for. This is a very cheap option. This is usually $8.99 with a coupon. Again, this is there's almost always a coupon every month for this at Harbor Freight. So you can always find this for under $10. But this is one of those things that it's a versatile tool because you can use it in the shop and you can also use it in the home for different things. It can be used for lots of different things. Some people use these to heat up the bumpers, plastic bumpers on cars, and to pop small dents and even large dents out of cars at times. But this is a very awesome tool to have because of its versatility. This is one of my favorite items from Harbor Freight because it's a workhorse. This is the Drill Masters 4.5 angle grinder, 4.5 inch angle grinder. It's the basic one. It's not the heavy duty or anything, but it's a workhorse. It works. And for $10, if something happens, it's $9.99. Normally you can get it for $10. With coupon all the time. This is one of those products also that you can always find a coupon for. But it works. And for, like I was about to say, for $10 you can replace this very easily if something goes wrong. And the scrap value of it maybe a couple bucks. So you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I use this for grinding down welds when welding like exhaust and different things under the vehicle. Also can use this with a flap wheel and then grind off paint and rust in a lot of places. That's another thing I use this for. It works when you want it and you need it. It's there. You can put a cup brush on it and grind down paint and rough surfaces on the vehicle real easy. It's an awesome tool to have. And the main thing about these tools that I recommend is that a lot of times as a mechanic or a DIY mechanic, you find yourself in a pinch where you need this certain tool, but you don't always need it. But at these prices, these things can lay around and they won't break the bank. They won't hurt your budget, and they're there. So if you need this for a reason and you don't have it, then you lose money and time by trying to find it and buy it. But if you have something like this that it comes in handy when it's needed, it saves you money and it saves you time because it's always on hand. So that's why I like to, if I see a tool like this that I don't have, I'll pick it up anyway, especially for the cost, and I'll end up using it, if not in the shop, in the home somewhere or out in the field somewhere. So a lot of these tools are good for the shop, but they're versatile, so they pay for themselves in multiple ways. Another item that goes without saying, mechanic gloves. These are always $5 or less if you have a coupon, and you can purchase several, I believe between 6 and 9 or 10 at a time with the coupon for the coupon price. And if you need more, you can just come back the next day and buy more. But I always buy, a lot of times I buy 7, whatever the coupon is, I'll buy 7, 8 at a time. Because these gloves, if you spill oil or you touch something that's greasy, real greasy and oily, they're so cheap that it's best to just cast them to the side and then just grab another pair. I wouldn't throw them away. You can wash them, but as far as when you're busy, you don't have time to fool around. So I keep two or three of them in different toolboxes at a time, so that they're always there. And a lot of times, someone asks for one of these. They need gloves, and if you have somebody helping you, then you want to give them the protection for their hands as well. So I keep tons of these on hand. Yeah, that's it, guys. Those are items that are good, that I believe are the best items at Harbor Freight for under $10 for the DIY auto mechanic. Please visit my website, a8fix.com, where you can see this video covered there and a whole bunch of products and product reviews, tool reviews, and things like that. And it'll be updated on a regular basis, and you'll find a lot of great information there. thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to my videos, guys. Please subscribe. I need you guys to get me to 1,000 subscribers. If you watch my videos, please subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.